As we know, narcissists are very strategical and calculated. Is it possible that they did a reverse discard on you? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. JT here. I hope you're all doing great today. It's the start of a new week, so you know what that means? It's leg day. No, it means that it's a chance to continue on your healing path, to make a little bit of progress every single day, and that's all this is a journey. It's not about the end destination of being fully healed. You can be fully healed from the narcissistic relationship, but healing is a lifelong journey. So just make progress every single day, and that's all we can hope for. So I hope you guys are doing great. I'm so appreciative of all your comments, a lot of great comments, and I'm so blessed to have all of you here. Please like and subscribe. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. Share the narcissistic awareness, because now that we have the internet, there's more people becoming aware now more than ever, and being able to use the information and the education they receive on YouTube videos, from books, to be able to help them on their healing journey and to allow them to know the tactics up front so that they never get in a narcissistic relationship. As the goal for all of you is that you never want to get in a narcissistic relationship again, and you want to heal and become your most authentic self so you can attract someone else that is fully healed. So today, we're going to be talking about the reverse discard. This is a good one. This is a good one, guys. You know, I thought a lot about this one this morning, and man, the narcissists are just so strategic and so calculated with everything they do, right? So wouldn't be far-fetched to think that it was their master plan to get a reverse discard from you. So what is a reverse discard? It's exactly what it is. If they discard you, what's a reverse discard? It's when they get you to discard them first purposefully, with intention. Again, narcissists, they're master manipulators. They've been playing this game their whole life. They know exactly how to do every single little tactic. And if you were not meeting their needs, if maybe you started lashing out or not allowing them to control you as much and not being that potent supply that they love and crave. A potent supply is someone that's a doormat that is just going to let the narcissist walk all over them to do whatever the hell they want and get away with it. And if you started setting up boundaries, started confronting the narcissist, saying, hey, that's not right, you know, they lied to you, they cheated on you, you caught onto a manipulation, you call them out on it, things like that, the narcissist is going to know that you're catching on to them. When the narcissist knows that you're catching on to them, what happens? Beep! A stopwatch gets started. Tick, 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 tick. The clock is going. Now they know that you're onto them, and it's only a matter of time until you discard them or they discard you. So now they're in a rush. They're in a rush to find new supply, because that's what they live off of. They cannot be alone. They cannot be alone at all. Narcissists get extremely bored extremely fast. And so when that stopwatch starts, when you start confronting the narcissist or calling them out or catching on to their cheating or their lies or whatever it is, they have one option, is to manipulate you even more. If you're catching on, they got to step up their game, which narcissists are lazy. We know this. I've talked about this many times. Narcissists are extremely lazy. They want to put out the minimal effort. They want you to just give everything to them, pay all their bills, do every single damn thing in this universe for them, because we have to look up to them like they're on a pedestal and they are God. And what you have to realize with the manipulations and the tactics, if they know at the end that you're catching on, the stopwatch has started, then they have to get new supply before you leave, because they they run on energy. They are a vampire. They're a succubus or an incubus if they're a man. So when they run on this energy, they need that potent supply that they are no longer getting from you because you're catching on. You're setting boundaries. You're not allowing them to get away with all the shit they're used to getting away with. So now they're going to seek out their new supply, right? And what's going to happen is everything is supply to them, right? So they're going to make you discard them first. Why would they do this? Well, if they make you discard them first, they start acting out, start devaluing you like crazy, start cheating on you like crazy, start lying all towards the end, where they're just doing the most damage they can possibly inflict on you to make you discard them. Because what's going to happen with that is now they get to use their famous victim mentality. Oh, yeah, he discarded me and he was so mean to me, or she was so mean to me, and they did all this, because they flip everything. Everything is opposite with them. So whatever they did is going to be a projection. And when they tell people, they are now getting potent supply from everybody. They're getting the most supply because they're in the victim mentality. You discarded them. It's your fault. Remember, the narcissist always plays the blame game. They cannot take accountability for any wrongdoings they ever do in their entire life. They can't. It's impossible. They can't self-reflect. They have not been able to do it their entire lives. They have to blame shift. They have to put it all on you. So if they do all this terrible stuff to you towards the end of the relationship, they're switching. It's a manipulation to get you to discard them so they can play the victim mentality, and now they can gain potent supply from everyone else around them. And then it goes even deeper. And then they get to use this in their smear campaign to ruin your name, to ruin your reputation, to make everyone look down upon you. It's a normal thing. Narcissists do this normally. So I challenge you to think about the end of your relationship and think about how it went. Pretty good chance that they made you discard them. It happens all the time. Mine did it to me. Absolutely. Got 2 new supplies. I was still hanging out with them. She was giving everything. She was grabbing them sexually in front of me. Like absolute horrendous stuff. Because the timer had started. I had caught on to the tactics. I had called my ex-narcissist a narcissist a few times. She knew. I brought up one time when I had seen her start to switch from the love bombing stage to the devalue stage with a new supply. I said, "Do you think you're manipulating him?" And she goes, "No, what do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, you're withholding sex from him now. Like, what did he do?" And she's like, "No, that's not manipulation. I wouldn't call it that." I wouldn't call it that. That's exactly what it is. But anyway, she knew I was catching on. So she had to do the most she could, the most damage, inflict the most damage so that she could now be the victim, that it was all my fault. We had a business together. Oh, he took the business. He took all the money. It was all him. It was all her. They switched this, so now they're getting all potent supply from everyone, all their family members. Now you're the bad guy. All their friends, you're the bad guy. And now the new supply, guess what? Now they get to manipulate the new supply to a maximum. Because think about this. If they reverse discard you, they make you discard them, and they know they're doing this, they're intentionally doing it. Now they get to use that with the new supply. So they're going to tell the new supply, "Oh yeah, my ex, he was absolutely terrible. He broke up with me and he was cheating, he was lying, he was doing all this, that smear campaign." They're going to do all this to the new supply, and they're going to play the victim to the new supply. And now that new supply becomes a grade A fuel source because the new supply is going to feel terrible for the narcissist. You see how this goes? When you really get into the narcissism and see all their tactics and you understand their manipulations and how calculated they are with everything, they've done this their whole life to hundreds, if not thousands of people. They know exactly how to press all of your buttons because in the love bombing stage, again, They ask you every single question they need to ask in order to know how your mind works so that they can use that and leverage it against you in the entire relationship. So by the time the end comes, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how to push your buttons to get you to discard them. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. But just know that regardless if there was a reverse discard, a regular discard, whatever, like mutual, never mutual, it's never mutual, but you're on the right path. You're away from the narcissist. And just know they are never going to change. It is proven in science. They cannot change. They cannot change. It's impossible. Once you're past a certain spectrum on the narcissistic spectrum scale, like I've told you guys in many videos, it's like a thermometer, right? There's a thermometer that changes. You know, there's empath, there's super empath. You can say like a new thing is dark empath, all these trendy things, but I'm not going to go down that road. But you go into narcissist, sociopath, psychopath. Well, what happens is when that thermometer is turned too far towards narcissism and not towards empathy, there is a sliding scale. And I think it's at 60%. If you are past that 60% mark, you are uncurable as a narcissist. You can never come back from it, right? We all have narcissistic tendencies. I do, you do, your mom does, your father, your siblings. Every single person on this planet has narcissism to a degree. And again, it depends on your childhood, depends how you're raised. If you got tons of attention from your parents growing up and then they took away all the attention, so then you had to seek the attention from others to feel validation. There's a lot of different things that go into the childhood of why narcissism is created. But essentially, if you're past that spectrum, you're over 60%, I believe it is. I'll have to look it back up, but if you're under 40% towards the empathy, you can still have narcissistic tendencies when bad things happen in your life. Like sometimes I'm very in touch spiritually and with God, and I'm very aware of people's energy. So like when I'm at the gym and I can recognize everyone's energy. I don't even have to talk to them or anything. I just know who has good energies. And occasionally there'll be, not occasionally, more often than not, there's going to be someone with negative energy, and I can just feel that energy. And like if they look at me in like a strange way, I can feel it. And sometimes, you know, that'll trigger my ego and maybe a narcissistic tendency with the ego. And I'll be watching them, and because I'm a former bodybuilder and I've worked hard on building strength, and you know, for 2 decades almost, I'll watch them. I'll see them squat 300 pounds or something, and I'll be like, yeah, it's nothing. You're nothing. You mean nothing. I'll say that. That's very like, you know, not compassionate, very egotistical. And that's where it usually comes from whatever's going on in your life. So it doesn't happen often with me, but I'll see it when maybe my finances go bad, or, you know, you lose an animal, or like anything negative that happens in your life. Oftentimes that'll seep out in a narcissistic tendency, and it'll slide up the scale momentarily, and you go back into your empathy. But with narcissism, a narcissist, they're always here. That temperature scale does not change. They can't get over towards that empathy side. Once they're past that certain point, there is no cure. There is no saving them. So you have to understand that. Like they can't change. I always have to drive this home to you guys, because I just want you to be strong enough when the Hoovers do come, and I will do a video this week on the reverse Hoover. When the Hoovers do come, you have to be strong and know that they did not change. Regardless if they're saying all the right words, actions speak louder than words. Oh yeah, I've changed and I did this and this and this. You better believe you go back to them, it's going to be 10 times worse. Every single time you go back, it is always worse. I promise you that. So just know that you are on the right path to healing, and I believe in every single one of you that you can do it. You can become your most authentic self. It does take time. You know, you will get over it. I read a bunch of comments about people, you know, that do work out and go to the gym, and saying, you know, it took 6 months, a year and a half to get the energy back to go to the gym. It took me 8 months, like to just get normal energy to be able to like have a normal workout. It takes time. It does take time, but if you are patient and every single day you just put in a little bit of progress, you will get to that point where you're no longer ruminating about the narcissist, you're no longer thinking about them, the energy, the soul tie, the trauma bond is all broken, you can move on, you're healing, and now you're going to attract someone else that is fully healed. If you're not healed, you're going to attract another narcissist. I promise you, you will. Narcissists love the unhealed empaths. They love them. That's their number one supply. So with concluding this video, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And again, comment in this, let me know, do you think, now that you've heard this video, do you think the narcissist did a reverse discard on you? Do you think at the end of the relationship, they purposely did the most they could to you so that you would discard them? That they could be the victim? So now that the new supply is, feeling so bad and giving them everything. See, they're going to get everything by this. By using this tactic to get you to discard them, they're going to get everything from their family members, from their friends. The new supply is going to be freaking crying like, oh my God, they're so terrible. I can't believe they did all that to you. It's awful. It's a projection from the narcissist. That's what they do. They project their own inner shittiness onto everyone else, and that's where the smear campaign comes in. My narcissist did the smear campaign on me, tried to ruin my business, tried to get me to give all of the money from the business over to her. It's what they do. It's what they do. It's all they know is manipulation and tactics. That is it. It's calculated and strategical. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Comment, let me know if you did get a reverse discard, how the end of your narcissistic relationship was, or if they discarded you, or if you discarded them, and if you've had Hoover attempts and you're staying strong, staying blocked, no contact on all social media, email blocked, everything. I hope that is the case for you, not looking at their social media, because all that does is keep that trauma bond and that soul tie strong and does not allow you to heal. So if you haven't, block, no contact on everything. Don't look at pictures, delete all your pictures you've ever had with them, any gifts, get rid of it all. This is your time for healing and for you to become the best version of yourself, and I know you can do it. Stay strong, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.